You are tuned into the leading internet radio station in the mother city.
Radio is River. Radio is de rivier. Radio is River. Radio is River.
Queen vrouw. Queen man. Queen vrouw.
Queen man kom eens. Queen man kom eens. Queen man kom eens. Eens met je nou. Queen vrouw kom eens. Queen vrouw kom eens. Queen vrouw kom eens. Eens met je nou. Die kooi san man. Die kooi san vrouw. Al was bekwaam dus. En je die lang. Altijd zichtbaar. Tegen je. En vervan me. Uit op die blik. Hier die goppen mee. Uit dit sadia. Om als mensen. Nou uit te ring. Mijn kooi san kent. Mijn kooi san wel. Al was vervreemd hier. Hier die goppen mee. Kooi man kom eens. Kooi man kom eens. Kooi man kom eens. Eens met je nou.
Radio Istrofi, di Tangeraki.
Kooi vrouw kom eens. Eens met je nou. Mijn herdenken. Mijn geschiedenis. Wordt geondermijnd. Hier die government. Van mijn voorvader. Van mijn voormoeder. Kooi man kom eens. Eens met je nou. Mijn kooi san kent. Mijn kooi san kwam. Al was gevreemd hier. Hier de government. Kooi man kom eens. Kooi man kom eens. Kooi man kom eens. Eens met je nou. Kooi vrouw kom eens. Kooi vrouw kom eens. Kooi vrouw kom eens. Eens met je nou.
This is the KWEEN live on Radio Estrella.
Our station, our talent, our people.
Di Tangeraki.
Laat het rukken, broer. My broer. Die voel maar nou een oorgie. Oerie verrichtingen. Verskaf belichting aan historie. En die veren zijn arokie. Wat betekent als een vierkie? Twee wompies vol gierkies en meneerkies op arangie. En het treklavierkies een kroonvinger stokkel. Noten waar die atmosfeer laat gonsen. Het gonsen die cirkel. Wat rondom Miguel drom vorm. En die gegonsingen liedje is een liedje. Waar die voeten laat pakken die soort.
Roer mij. Maak het bak de kaart voor mij. Vlees met de GC. Roer mij. Maak het bak de kaart voor mij. Vlees met de GC. Roer mij. Maak het bak de kaart voor mij. Vlees met de GC.
Al sukkel ons, sien ons sukkel, dis die ultimate see. Is ons gelukkig, solang kies die vingers. Dans oor die klabers en pluk aan die snare en die ritme. Ons voelt het ons reel in die vreugde wat dier die bene beweeg en die voete laat skop tot die velies verniel, laat ons reel. Die vreugde wat dier die aarop om stof op skop tot die velies verniel. Maar voor het te verniel is, roer my, maak die pap de kant voor my. Vlees met die gees, roer my, maak die pap de kant voor my. Vlees met die gees, roer my, maak die pap de kant voor my. Vlees met die gees, roer my, maak die pap de kant voor my. Vlees met die gees.
Ayesa. Ek skop die stop soos ek hy nou kwa. Boobie in my lyf sweep, wap in my mond. Lating na op die grond, lating na myself as on. Ayesa. Ek skop die stop soos ek hy nou kwa. Boobie in my lyf sweep, wap in my mond. Lating na op die grond, lating na myself as on.
Utini kaisha yen en kari. Raak ons laaf van die worry jou niks. Nou kwe om en circles, away al in die rond en nou.
Zij roer mij, maak die pap de kant voor mij. Vlees met de gees, zij roer mij. Maak die pap de kant voor mij. Vlees met de gees, zij roer mij. Maak die pap de kant voor mij. Vlees met de gees, zij roer mij. Maak die pap de kant voor mij. Vlees met de gees, roer mij. Maak die pap de kant voor mij. Vlees met de gees, zij roer mij. Maak die pap de kant voor mij. Vlees met de gees, zij roer mij. Maak die pap de kant voor mij. Vlees met de gees, zij roer mij. Maak die pap de kant voor mij. Vlees met de gees.
This is Culture Talk with the Koi Queen.
Doe je dat nog gaan met Big League? Weet my aimas en ek kan nie meer sien. Ek kan sien die proef wat sy wilde sien. Educate yourself, sy is een risiko. Big League is so warm soos een russie. Koi man, koi man, koi man. Sy weet dat die boete is. Koi man, koi man, koi man. Sy weet dat die boete is. Modern Boesman, sê ek is geroes man. Modern Boesman, sê ek is geroep man. Modern Boesman, geschiedenis verwoes man. Modern Boesman, sy weet dan die is jou land. Educate yourself vandag, weet dan die goed gee jou kracht. Wat de kop is in die skag, beken het hy wou hulle lag. Nou is so prachtig, nou is so krachtig. Op ons keis hulle is so lastig. Ja die eerste nasie op die aarde. Ja, eerste nasie in die stofstraten. Ja, eerste nasie vat die power. Ja, eerste nasie in die stofstraten. Koi man, koi man, koi man. Sy weet dat die boete is. Koi man, koi man, koi man. Sy weet dat die boete is.
Sy weet my pijlen skerp, kan nie missie. Ga me sien je man wat sy wil dus nie. Liberate yourself, sy is een risco bro. Zamarij gaan maak, laat sy die fire bro. Sy weet dan dit is onze taak om hulle bewust te maak van die goed wat saak maak en van ons so aanraak. Rasta man is in die skag, kom geef weer die nasie kracht. Werke is so prachtig, machtig, prachtig.
Koi man, koi man, koi man. Sy weet dat die boete is. Koi man,
Koi Queen.
koi man. Sy weet dat die boete is.
Manifesteer wat gebeur uit die bush tot binne in die groep, oudste dinne in my bloed. 1652, gogoguap tot by die koe, opgeskryf in 'n boek. Koi man as ek spoeg, net die truth vir die youth. Rituele om die vier, die connectie met die dier. Constructie van my spier, tekeninge op die muur. As gekeer van my natuur, bush roots in my bier. Van die vlaktes afgestuur, by velde word bestuur.
Koi man, koi man, koi man. Sy weet dat die boete is. Koi man,
Koi Queen.
koi man. Sy weet dat die boete is.
Kai Gangang so pulling through. This is Culture Talk with the Koi Queen. Live once again on a Tuesday.
Koi man, koi man, koi man. Sy weet dat die boete is.
Shout out goes to the one and only Mr. Vital with us live on TikTok, sending a whole lot of likes. We also got the one and only Brendan Finney tuned in all the way from the Facebook, sending a whole lot of fire emojis. Kai gangangs, kaitus huarikonske akoi queen. And of course, this is the leading internet radio station, opening up with 3 of Kulture Talk's bangers, 3 of Kulture Talk's anthems, guys. First, we had the one and only KWEEN, baby, the traditional one, like I always say. And then we had Roer May by the one and only Hakkies Draad. And then now we have the one and only Wow Bigly featuring the varied MCs coming through there with KWEEN. And I love how they actually spit a whole lot of consciousness. Because as you guys know, a few days ago it was the 6th of April, which marks the invasion day in the Cape, when Jan van Riebeeck them came here in 1652 under the pretenses of making a trading post. Don't be fooled. It was a cleverly planned military takeover. That is a post I actually saw on Facebook, and it just really resonated with me, the opinions of that post, and I was like, yay! We need to be woke, people. Shout out goes to Bell J here saying KWEEN, whole lot of fire emojis. Shout out goes to Rian Webster as well on Radio Israel Facebook, as well as Nehemia Jafta there as well. And if you guys are in the live, wherever you are tuned in from, whether that be the Tickle Tackle or the Facebook, even the Radio Israel website, www.radioisrael.co.za. And then, of course, guys, the best way to experience Radio Israel is to download that app. So make sure that you have that app. And then, of course, it is for free to download. Must give a vital disclaimer, is that everything that is said here is merely the opinions of the KWEEN. And sometimes the truth is harsh and the truth is ugly, but the truth is necessary. So just know that everything revealed here is done in a spirit of love and light and truth. Also want to give a vital shout out to the one and only founder of RE, tuned in there saying, Nancy KWEEN, I'm listening live from Deezer. Yes, you heard right. The one and only music app Deezer is one of the other platforms where you can stream Radio Israel live, baby. Radio Israel is taking local global, and don't forget that all live shows are recorded and available as podcasts on all major podcasting platforms. Shout out goes to Love You on TikTok for joining there as well. This is definitely 2 hours of amazing indigenous power, like I always say. We're going to be having some liquor music, and then of course very insightful conversations. Like I say, this past weekend, we observed the Invasion Day. Always just thinking back, and one thing I love about that song that I opened up with KWEEN, featuring Divided MCs, is that they actually speak about it. They mention that in the second verse. And I think that is absolutely vital, especially for our youth, to be incorporating our history in the music. And that is absolutely beautiful stuff. So whether you are on radio, whether you are an artist, whether you are a painter, whatever type of art you are in, we are now using our art and our talents to, uplift a good message. And I love that. Do want to give a vital shout out to the Varied show that I'm currently hosting with Stan Jacobs, the founder of Cape Plat Stories. And yesterday, it is a new show. So yesterday we had EFF's Nazir Paulson live in the studio. Had an insightful conversation. Always when I'm on the political shows, I need to remind myself that is not my space to be giving my opinions or, whatever, pulling stands. But I also just want to talk a bit on that. There's also video circulating there. And then I spoke about it last week as well. Someone commented on Radio Israel's Facebook page saying that, back to the Varied show, our first guest was the one and only Fadil Adams, president of the NCC National Colored Congress, which is also up for elections. And then someone commented there, JP Smith will never come. City of Cape Town won't take Radio Israel seriously because we are too small for these big fish and what. And then I was just like, hey, mind you, breaking news, they reached out to us, by the way, reached out to Radio Easter of the city of Cape Town, and they would like to respond to Fadil's allegations. So if anybody living in the city of Cape Town, I know this is going to be quite interesting. Do check out Radio East River's TikTok content as well. We are on TikTok. The video is also circulating on Facebook and on our Instagram. You can find it on YouTube as well. And there, Fadil Adams basically shared a whole lot of strong opinions about the city of Cape Town and JP Smith and alleged fraudulent activities. And the show's name is called Die Waarheid, guys. Die Waarheid means the truth, and that was his truth that he decided to share with us. And so JP them got in contact with us, and they will be coming into studio live with myself and Stanley Jacobs on Monday the 22nd of April 2024. So I think that is going to be one that we don't want to miss. For everybody, guys, I saw a post that said I saw a post that said 2024 is our 1994. And it's not to take it literally, but just in the sense that, guys, it's been 30 years of democracy. And what do we have to show for it? Shout out goes to Emily B live with us on TikTok. Thank you so much for liking the live as well. Ons praat net die waarheid, man. If you have any opinions, anything you'd like to share, do go and check out the Waarheid show. It is available on Facebook as well if you do want to see the visuals. I must say, guys, in ons praat mos die waarheid. And I completely agree here with Belja in the Facebook comment section saying it's politics. Politics. Because all they do is trick, guys. Shout out goes to Isaiah Boy as well on TikTok for liking the live as well. Because can we just discuss how traumatizing it is to vote? Guys, ons weet nie wie gaan die geld steel. Everyone is stealing. Everybody. Like, you don't know who to trust. Many people have lost faith in the system so much to the point as where they don't even see the point of registering to vote anymore. And when you see what it was last month, a few weeks ago, the IEC's confidential information got leaked, and apparently it was a breach within their internal system of the IEC. And apparently they were doing investigations or whatever. But this just goes to show how safe is our vote. In a country where we can't even keep the lights on because Eskom's keep on stealing money, the government is stealing money, everyone's stealing money. How can we trust the voting system? Let me know, are you guys confident in the voting system? I'd love to also have IEC members. I should actually try to get some of the IEC officials in for the Waarheid show as well. Van is traumatizing mense, ons weet nie vir wie om te vote nie. Everyone, NCD, EFF, everyone is saying the same things, but at the end of the day, actions speak louder than words. So, guys, let us stay vigilant this election season, asseblief, especially us as young people. And if there's any people out there, passionate, I'm not saying that KWEEN should run for president, but I'm saying that more young people need to get involved in politics. More young people need to be sitting in the decision-making seat. Cyril Ramaphosa is 71 years old. Aye, guys. Jacob Zuma is running again, trying to go for his third term in parliament. He's 81 this year, guys. Hi, bo. I don't want to sound like rude or anything, but there comes a point in your life when your age even tells you you're here for a good time, not a long time, guys. Yeah, man. Here we have Kopsquid 21 tuned in via the Tickle Tockle. Saying, het jy geweet, Brad Pitt het 'n broer. Sy naam is Stu. Stupid. Yes. When it does come to politics, a lot of these things, it just feels hopeless, man. It just feels hopeless. But I want to come against that spirit of hopelessness, guys. Let us let us at least do something, guys, with this bitchy power that we have. This one thing that we can do, let us use this bit of power that we had, and that is our power to vote. If I've lost faith in everything else, let us at least hold on to the fact that our vote matters, guys. Yo, we have a comment saying, I'll never vote. I don't care who says what. Yay. You know, strong opinions and completely valid. It's understandable why you would share such sentiments. It's traumatizing to be a voter in South Africa, first of all. There's now over 200 parties. How's the voting gonna work? Just so, by the way, how's the sheet? Is it all digital? Do they now have money for tablets for us to be voting? No, people don't steal the tablets. But if it's gonna be paper, how's that gonna work? If you have over 200 parties on the ballot paper, Haibo. Who even? Hey, and let us not even start with the independent candidates. And I actually saw a video of this one lady who said that the system, and specifically the IC, she was told to send a picture for a candidacy, and everyone, when they got a chance to come up there and talk, they didn't even have a picture there. And she called the IC out, and she said, why is my picture not there? I have followed the instructions. I have done what I needed to do. Why isn't there a picture next to my ballot? And yes, girl. All I can say is yes, girl. But that just goes to show not even the system is taking these smaller parties seriously. So we are looking at the possibility of coalitions, and that was actually a hot topic, especially on Divided. Who is going to collide with who? Yeah, we have comments coming through on the WhatsApp line saying Jay was tough in the Divided show. Yeah. People are sharing political secrets here with me on WhatsApp, guys. I'm not going to read that comment. You know, I was already overthinking certain things that I was saying on the Divided show, because I'm like, you need to, it's important to stay neutral in situations where things can blow out of proportion really quick. And on that same note, that is what I said, it is important to know the power of keeping quiet. And I don't know who needs to hear that, but you don't have to bark at every dog that walks past. My motivation for everyone out there, I'm going to be giving in a bit. And then, we have some comments here saying Josh will run for president. The system is corrupt. My party is fire all politicians. Want die papiere gaan verdwijn. That is for the voting. And then saying these people employed for this don't even pass crash. Yep. What qualifies the people? Whew, let us not even get into that. Anyway, back to the motivation. Word of the day, guys. And I think I said it last week as well. But I don't know. I feel like now like type out. Ik weet niet hoe moet worry. When the lion is in a pit, even the frog has an opinion. When the lion is in a pit, even the frog has an opinion. So yes, maybe you the lion, maybe you the frog. How that applies to you is on you. However, stay tuned as Radio Ustrafie, ons stasie, ons talent en ons mense. This is Culture Talk with the KWEEN. 26 minutes past the hours of 2 p.m. On a good day to have a great day. Shout out goes to Steve on Facebook for following Radio Ustrafie.
Radio Ustrafie. Radio Ustrafie. Radio Ustrafie. Radio Ustrafie.
Submissions are now open
for all types of South African music to be playlisted on Radio Ustrafie.
The likes of
gospel,
trap en hip-hop.
Dan wat gaat hij maken? Protest met boms in die straat? Hoeveel zal dood aan die kaap? Mijn enigste vraag is: wat zij bereikt? Ons heeft die genoeg, als zij het die voelen, wat zij bereikt?
Dancehall en reggae tunes.
Ang iswala mo square, ang sundin us, bay, patay. Ay, ay manapaso, bay.
R&B and soul.
I still smell you, yes I do.
And of course, bomb and house music.
We don't mind the language.
We don't mind the
genre.
So send us an email now to info@radioeasterriver.co.za.
Title your email.
Playlist me.
Yesterday.
Our station, our talent, our people.
Tidang Ragi.
This is Culture Talk with the KWEEN. Big shout out goes to Buen7 live on TikTok, saying keep growing, sis. Thank you so much for everybody tuned in. Absolutely, Kai Gangangs. The same goes to you, brother. Keep on growing and glowing. And another thing, motivational song for the day. Not actually a motivational song, but also a shout out to Tyler. You know, the KWEEN is a big Tyler fan. But this is two back-to-back singles from her new album. This one is called Number One. And for everybody tuned in, always put yourself number one. Because that's who you are. Never number two. No matter where it is, you are number one. With Radio Easter and KWEEN. Enjoy.
It wasn't working. I pretended. Tried to finish. You wanna turn it all around. Dodge your feelings.
Request came through for ART by Tyler.
Reason. No compromising. Okay, I'm leaving tonight.
You just read my mind.
Good in my life. I gotta put me number one. No compromising. Free from your grip in the world. Feel like the million girl. I gotta put me number one.
You don't give me nothing. Not begging you for something. But you really wasted. But you really tainted. But it's not worth it.
Radio Yesterday.
How dare you call me, babe, when you can be trusted? Holding me back, boy, when you make me exhausted. I won't do it. Time is up for you. Gotta prioritize. No more compromising me.
Okay, I'm leaving tonight. Okay, I'm good in my life. I gotta put me number one. No compromising. Free from your grip in the world. Feel like the million girl. I gotta put me number one. No compromising. Okay, I'm leaving tonight. Okay, I'm good in my life.
I gotta keep me number one. No compromising.
Free from your grip in the world. Feel like the million girl. I gotta put me number one.
No compromising.
Yesterday.
Our station, our talent, our people.
Tidang Ragi.
No compromising.
One thing about Tyler, she always pulls through. This one is featuring Tim's called Number One. You are listening to Radio Easter.
That's what you came to see. Let me be your muse. I'll inspire you in ways you won't believe. 50 shades and hues, tailor-made for you.
This one came through straight from the TikTok.
Started. Go with your hands, can you paint my body?
Backed by popular demand.
Go ahead and brush up on me. Baby, when you want it, sign it, dotted. I'll be your peace. I'll be your peace. I'll be your peace. Your ART. Study my face frame. Put me on the wall above the staircase. If you show me off, I'll be your peace. Your ART. Fresh out the gallery.
Shout out goes to Lizzie on TikTok.
Can you handle me? Handle me.
Buen saying, I absolutely love this song.
The key.
ART.
Your centerpiece. Make the canvas speak. When you draw me in, look at what you started. Go with your hands, can you paint my body?
You are the art piece today.
Head and brush up on me.
A blank canvas saying God has a toothbrush. The paintbrush.
Your peace. I'll be your peace. I'll be your peace. Your ART. Study my face frame. Put me on the wall above the staircase. If you show me off, I'll be
Radio
your
Yestrofi.
peace.
Die Tangaraki.
Your ART.
Yo, shout out goes to Patricia Hector for following Radio Yesterday. This next one is called Jump. Hope you enjoyed ART. You'll definitely love this one. Shout out Tyler.
Never had a pretty girl from Joburg to me now, and that's what they prefer. I don't touch no wheel, cause I got a chauffeur. First class, how I get around the world. Just miss me with the drama, unless you call me with the commas. Or DJ turn the sound up, cause we about to pour the rounds up. From Jersey to Ibiza, they say it doesn't get.
Comment saying loving the energy.
Banging like speaker, ooh, sweating on my concealer. Skin tight, no millimeter, and my face can't make him feel weaker. But you know that my body is a healer.
And what then?
Make it jump, 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 jump. Ooh, you know I love to make it jump, 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 back it up, top. You know I love to make it jump, 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 jump. Oh, you know I love to make it jump, 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 back it up, top. You know I love to make it.
Only gotta make a call and I'm here. Got no one to know your vibe, oh yeah. Listen to me, I put some carrots in your ear. Make this stitch up, I wanna put it in the rear. Wanna give D, I serve it like a dealer. Creeping out though, while I'm thinking in the middle. I'm back in Joe Bird, it couldn't feel no realer. Help every picture, Polaroid. Shit trouble, you know what? Maybe sweet, feeling like a sirloin. Told the chauffeur, take his shit, Chanel store. Have a play with you, be a war.
From Jersey to Ibiza, they say it doesn't get sweeter. Feel my body banging like speaker. Ooh, sweating on my concealer. Skin tight, no millimeter, and my face can't make him feel weaker. But you know that my body is a healer. Ooh, I love to make it jump, 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 jump.
Boy, you're not allowed to make it jump, jump, jump.
Jump, 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 jump.
Tack it, tack, tack.
You know I love to make it jump, 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 jump.
Boy, you know I like to make
it jump, jump, jump,
jump, jump, jump, jump.
Back it up, top. You know I love to make it.
Original girl, you want a replica? No.
Yo, one thing about Tyler, guys, she definitely pulled through on this album. One thing, they never had a pretty girl from Joburg. Guys, she's actually making waves internationally. I know. If anyone is duck of me going and fanning about Tyler, then tap out your fan. Like, guys, this has never happened before. This has never happened before. A comment coming through here from the TikTok saying that whole album is fire. We are definitely in agreement. Shout out goes to Bal Jason, is saying jump with a whole lot of fire emojis. Shout out goes to Lisa LeKay for liking the live as well. Much ngami kai gangangs. Hey man, Tyler, she didn't have to do that. You know what? I actually saw a headline actually now, just like an hour ago, where MT actually came out and called out Tyler for not being humble. Yeah, man. What is it giving? It's giving jealousy, guys. It's giving jealousy, guys. Everyone now suddenly has something to say about Tyler. The same goes with Mac G. People are now just trying to stay relevant by using Tyler's name, guys. Yo, the shade. Guys. Tyler, keep on growing and glowing, like Bjorn says. Shout out goes to Mr. J tuned in there. And the virus show as well. Who knows, we might just get the IEC back. Anyway, from Jersey to Ibiza, this is Culture Talk with the KWEEN. In ons hou het lekker, man.
Yes,
our station, our talent, our people.
Tidang Rugby.
Radio Yesterday. Onze stasie, onze talent, Onze mense, WhatsApp ons by 064 536 9095. Talk to us, die ding ruk hier.
Our station, our talent, and our people. My fellow South Africans, join us as we uncover the virate with Stan Jacobs and KWEEN. Let's talk about South African politics with various political figures this election season. Stay informed with the virate, Mondays from 5:30 to 7 p.m. A joint venture proudly brought to you by Cape Flat Stories and Radio East River with a combined reach of over 40 million. To advertise on this show, contact us at admin@radioeastriver.co.za. Onze stasie, onze talent en onze mense. Soek die waarheid.
Radio East River. Radio East River. Radio East River. Radio East River.
And of course, coming in to break the ice is just a nice smooth track just to get your Tuesday started. At the top of the hour, 3 p.m. I actually got some clips and some content I'd like to share with you guys just to evoke a reaction. You know, we stay woke. We stay woke. Hey, we stay woke, not broke. Shout out goes to Norma Alexander for following Radio Easter on Facebook. Thank you so much, guys. It's Iskobu. Sit down, relax. It's 20 minutes to 2 and we're still vibing. It's Radio Easter on onze stasie, ons talent en onze mense. You are listening to Radio Easter. When they're saying I'm off. Hey, much love, superstar. Have a great day. Thank you so much and have a great day further. Enjoying the vibes. All the best. And that goes for everybody tuned in as well. Much love. From Radio Easter to you. From Josie to Ibiza, like Tyler says. Bewin always being vital there on the tickle tackle. Shout out goes to Mr. Vital as well for coming through with all that vital nami. We got Siba Kulu in the house. Danko. Just had to come through and just ease you into that afternoon. And right now it is 42 minutes after the hours of 2 p.m. Got about just over an hour with you guys. After 4 p.m., we're having Table Talk with Pastor Clay. And they're going to be taking you guys up to 6 p.m. with Table Talk. Amazing things happening. Of course, stay tuned to Radio Yesterday, onze sterkste talent en onze mensen.
Luister naar Radio Eerste Rivier. Dis ons stasie, onze talent en julle bly lekker, onze mense.
Do you want to take your business to the next level? Advertise with Radio Easterriver by emailing us at admin@radioeasterriver.co.za.
You are listening to Radio Yesterday. The one and only Sam Deep coming through there with Is Go. Switching up the genres a little bit on Culture Talk. You know, KWEEN give you a little bit of everything. Shout out goes to Claude09 for liking the live on TikTok as well. Kai Gangangs, which means thank you very much in Koi Guvab. If you didn't learn anything, don't remember me. Remember Kai Gangangs. Just something new. Next time you're supposed to say thank you or dankie or nkosi. You just hold them with the kagangangs and watch the eyes stop and stare. Nonetheless, guys, as promised, I have promised you some lekker easy music to ease you into the Tuesday afternoon. This next one is Silk Sonic coming through there with Love Strain. It's actually been a minute since I've heard of Silk Sonic since Leave the Door Open. As Bruno Mars, is everything okay? Anderson Paak, is alles alright? Nonetheless, we're keeping it liquor smooth and easy. It's Culture Talk, and sometimes the KHOI also enjoy some old school throwbacks. Righteous lover.
She says, sugar, honey, darling, I really wanna see you too. I bet you do, bet you do, bet you do. It's just that someone's over, and baby, I really wanna be with you. But if I chance
Radio East River. Radio East River.
Welkom terug op Radio East River.
This is the KWEEN live on Radio East River. Once again, welcome back. Kaigangangs for staying tuned into the leading internet radio station in the mother city, baby. That was just a liquor two easy songs, just to, liquor ease. We got 2 hours with each other so we can ease into it liquor. Shout out goes to all the live viewers tuned in via our many, many platforms. As we got someone tuned in on the WhatsApp saying earlier on that they're listening via the live stream on Deezer. Yes, you heard right. RE is streaming live on Deezer as well. If you don't know Deezer, it's kind of like Spotify. It's also a music app as well. And then, of course, we are live on the Radio East River website. That's www.radioeastriver.co.za. And then, of course, the best way to experience Radio East River is to download that app. The app is absolutely free and available for any and all smart devices, baby. You are listening to Radio East River. Thank you so much for everybody staying tuned in. And then, of course, if you do want to advertise with Radio East River, you can email our marketing team at admin@radioeastriver.co.za. And then, of course, for any voice notes, birthday shout-outs, anything coming through on the WhatsApp line, it goes like this.
Radio East River. Onze stasie, onze talent, onze mensen. WhatsApp ons by 064 536 9095. Talk to us. Die ding ruk hier.
Die ding ruk omtrent die, guys. I just wanted to say, I have promised at the top of the hour, 3 o'clock, I'm going to be digging into some conscious thoughts. Just, triggering your thoughts and just, making sure that we as the youth keep on questioning everything. Social media is something that is very big, especially amongst our new generation. And it's something that can really be used for good as well on the same point. Besides cyberbullying and all of the other misinformation and things that happen, you can actually use it to, educate yourself a bit more. My brother-in-law always likes to say, he talks about the University of YouTube. University of YouTube, man. So those are all possible realities that we can all be looking into. So nonetheless, thank you so much for everybody tuned in. We got Norma Alexander who followed Radio East River as well. Then shout out goes to Stars and Joshua October for joining the TikTok live on Radio East River TikTok. And then, of course, for everybody who's going to be watching this after the time, welcome, welcome, welcome. And you are well greeted. Enjoy it wherever you are tuned in from. Playing out is Mandela Bay of the one and only Jonathan Butler.
East River, Radio 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 East River. Onze stasie, onze talent in onze mensen.
Not all at once. Thank you so much. You guys are absolutely amazing. That song just takes me back to a simpler time in life when, things are just simple. That's a young throwback, South African throwback. I want everyone to listen to this. This is a clip that I found actually really insightful. Found it on Facebook as well, which comes back to my earlier point of social media can actually be something used for the good. So thank you so much for everybody tuned in. We got Flex Your Brand tuned in as well as Takey. Prepare to be evoked. That's how we do it here on Culture Talk with the KWEEN.
Yes,
Our station, our talent, our people.
Die ding rukkie.
are not available to you, as the sister said, in your curriculums that you have for 400 years.
Radio Eerste Rivier, onze stasie, onze talent, onze mense. WhatsApp ons by 064 536 9095. Talk to us, die dang ruk hier.
This is the KWEEN live on Radio Eerste Rivier.
Other people who are not blessed with melanin at this point in time to understand that what has happened in our history is that you have been misinformed as much as we have been misinformed. Much of the information that is brought forth not only from Dr. Muhammad but other areas, other scholars are not available to you, as the sister said, in your curriculums that you have for 400 years when you did not allow us to read and write and was being hidden. Whether you, sir, personally did that or not, it was a legacy that was passed on to you. And I end by saying the Holocaust is simply the greatest atrocity on film. Ours was not filmed.
You are listening to Radio Eerste Rivier. That's just a young clip I would like to share. I actually like to play it again. And the reason why I share it is sometimes we need to realize that the victor writes the history. And she raised a whole lot of powerful points. This is from an African-American talk show that was hosted many years ago for Black History Month. And the lady is basically saying that we have all been misinformed. And also a call out to, those people. And I actually mentioned it on Divided Show as well. When you come out and you say Black Lives Matter, you are then met with, yes, all lives matter, which just really nullifies the argument. But then you get things like this and then you're like, yeah, guys, even though we are in the 21st century, and yes, even though it wasn't this current white people that enslaved us or whatever, see, that is the legacy that has been passed on, and they are still benefiting off our pain at the end of the day. That is the sad truth. So I'm going to play it again, and I want to give a special shout out to Leo Henderson. Coming through there saying, Tabitha is beautiful. Don't make me blush. You are listening to Radio Eerste Rivier.
To this gentleman and all other people who are not blessed with melanin at this point in time to understand that what has happened in our history is that you have been misinformed as much as we have been misinformed. Much of the information that is brought forth not only from Dr. Muhammad but other areas, other scholars are not available to you, as the sister said, in your curriculums that you have for 400 years when you did not allow us to read and write and was being hidden. Whether you, sir, personally did that or not, it was a legacy that was passed on to you. And I end by saying the Holocaust is simply the greatest atrocity on film. Ours was not filmed.
This is the KWEEN live on Radio Eerste Rivier. Guys, yeah, now you see a lot of the things, and I want to give a shout out. Actually, I see Gatful Faisal shared there. It reminds me of Fidel Adams. He said something, and I want to take it to Western Cape even. A lot of people don't speak about the so-called colored apartheid heroes, like your Ashley Creels and your Kayla Peters. They don't talk about them. They don't even talk about Alan Busak. He rather got sabotaged, over measly money that even his accountant said he didn't steal. But anyway, so far it seems like there's been a lot of effort done to discredit the so-called colored people. No, KWEEN doesn't believe in, but just for the sake of argument, so you can know who I'm referring to, that is what has happened. And that is the things that we live with. Anyway, this is Culture Talk with the KWEEN. The clock has just struck 3 o'clock. Still got a whole lot more insightful and just thought-provoking content that I'd like to share with each and everybody tuned in. So definitely stay tuned.
Do you want to take your business to the next level? Advertise with Radio Eerste Rivier by emailing us at admin@radioeasterriver.co.za. Radio Eerste Rivier, Radio Eerste Rivier, Radio is River. Radio is River.
This song says everything I want everyone to hear.
Salam alaikum, laat youngster voorbij kom. Zij praat ik wijs om, I'm getting smart and you stay dumb. Cape Town is my grond, I know convicts like I'm Akon. And they say that the apple don't fall too far, we turned out to be acorns. And I'm using my powers for good, it doesn't happen much in our hood. Those in power is crooks, they change history in our books. So we read the lines of the G-code, ears, fingers and teeth go. That lifestyle bring the young down, they slipping low in that deep hole. I see
Yo, guys, just listen to all the words this man is saying, man.
Caught between Amalek and Shaitan. Rest in peace to my bra Irfan. I don't make salah 5 times a day. It's a lay-by waiting for crime to pay. Even myself, I could die today. So when the light is stray, I put my pride away. It's not worth a fight, it's not worth a life. But see the brass here, they don't care. I've seen the greed, even when it's Eid. Some people here, they don't share. It's the favorite day.
And specifically the second verse is what I want everyone to listen to. That is a verse that I wish I could put on Bluetooth speakers all throughout South Africa. Because really the problems he describes in there really just encapsulates everything the KWEEN is trying to say in a verse of 32 bars. So this is Arabian Gangster by the one and only youngster CPT. Shout out goes to Stanley Jacobs, my co-host for Divided. Actually was speaking about it earlier on. And of course Zenobia Plike is one of our favorite top fans. The verse is coming up right now.
As a matter of fact, you just acting big. Your character's whack. You manufactured him. Don't look at me, bruh. I know you're mad dope. I know killers whose disguise was a salato. They tell you blast up. You're in the cop trunks, wearing kufias, criminals taking no time.
It's almost here.
24/7 shit. Taliban 9/11 shit. Claim that the rockets provoked the attack, but they still have produced no evidence, and they still have the same image now of us. In Cape Town, there's 800,000 plus, a large population. We starting a nation till almost half of the Cape is Arabian. Association with gangs is a norm. Pagat is around and you have been warned. Every single day a new gangster is born. The cycle continues back and then forth. South Africa's torn, divided by race. The people who fought feel like it was a waste. 20 years later, we in the same place. The Cape isn't safe. I'm making you face of the problems we face. Stating my case and I leave it on record for all to see. If nobody listens, then I will say the conversations between Allah and me. Young, where your cameras at? Film this and capture that.
We're making through and to survive in our habitats. Yo, South Africa is torn, divided by race. Those who fought for it like it was a waste, people. And this comes back to the earlier point I raised earlier on about really our people using our gifts, our artistic gifts, our talents to spread a positive message and really motivate our people to stay woke. So thank you so much. That one is Arabian Gangster, a golden oldie by the one and only youngster CPT. As you guys know, KWEEN is a huge fan. I'm a fan of all things local. And if you don't know by now, that was Stanley Jacobs also there, liking the live in the Facebook. My co-host, Divided Show is one you need to tune into. Next week, we are having the one and only premier candidate for Rise Up Mzansi. He's going to be joining us. And then after that, we're going to be having JP Smith in the studio the following week as well. So it's quite a hectic schedule put out there. And we are determined to get to the bottom of things. Show is called Divided. It means the truth. And the truth will be heard. Kai gangs for everybody tuned in. We're staying conscious and we're staying woke. And of course, staying beautiful. Speaking of all things beautiful and local, for all those artists who feel like they want to use their talents, their wokeness for something good.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Submissions are now open for all types of South African music to be playlisted on Radio Yesterday. The likes of gospel, trap en hip-hop.
Dan wat gaat zij maken? Protest met boms in die straat? Hoeveel zal doen wat aan die kaap? Mijn enigste vraag is: wat zij bereikt? Ons heeft die genoegie als zij het die voelen. Wat zij bereikt?
Dancehall en reggae tunes. R&B and soul.
I still smell you, yes I do.
And of course, bomb and house music. We don't mind the language. We don't mind the genre. So send us an email now to info@radioeasterriver.co.za. Title your email Playlist Me.
Yesterday.
Our station, our talent, our people.
Tidang Ruggy.
That's right. That's all you need to do to hear your music playlisted on the leading internet radio station in the mother city, baby. Shout out goes to Melissa Munich for following Radio East River, as well as Andrea on TikTok. I hope I said it right. Liking the live as well. Kai gangs for everybody tuned in. You guys are absolutely vital. Just sharing some motivation. And actually yesterday, not actually motivation, but yesterday I was kind of, you know, when you stand for something, there's going to come a point in your life when you are going to be tested on your theories and what you believe. And in that point in time, in that moment in time, you need to be able to articulate your argument. So I'm just going to share a bit of my own testimony myself. I grew up very, very emotional, guys. Cry a lot, guys. I have 6 brothers. They teased me. And I'm the youngest daughter. Anyway. Very emotional child, because my brothers always, I don't know what it is with brothers and sisters, but anyway, school also anyway. Very shy and whatever, but if I had believed what people were saying about me, then I would have never ended up doing anything. So I don't know who needs to be motivated out there, but you're great, man. I saw a post that says, if you don't like the way your face looks, think how many they say your face that I saw a Chinese proverb that says this face that you have now is the same face you fell in love with in your past life. So fall in love with yourself once again in this life and keep on being you, man. Keep on being you. That's the message from the KWEEN today once again. Shout out goes to Opelman for joining and following Radio Yesriver. Here's just a few random okay, let me first just get to these comments here. One TikTok comment saying, good afternoon, boss lady. Thank you so much. Kai gangs for staying tuned in, man. Just making me blush here, Opel, man. Then we also have Gatvol Faisal saying, ek sien nie loop die klom law enforcement rond in die Lavender Hill. Okay, toen ek staan rond met 'n photographer en ek man. Thank you, Gatvol Faisal, for that comment. Which reminds me to a thing, I don't know, for all the people tuned in via TikTok, Opelman, I don't know. Gatvol Faisal, did you guys see this? I don't know if it's a real thing, but there's apparently plans in system for like a bulletproof park in Mitchell's Plain. I don't know if it was a meme or if this was now set to provoke thoughts, but they actually said, yeah, they want to make a bulletproof park in Mitchell's Plain. And this comes as many kids have been hit by stray bullets in our communities. Yes, I do understand the beautiful sentiment behind that. Protect our kids, #save our kids. But it actually just kind of goes to show what this people think of as really a bulletproof park. Guys, we need to be able to mobilize ourselves. I am all for people of color, you know, indigenous people, colored people, Khoi peoples, my black brothers and sisters stepping in power and ruling the country with the say that is ours. But it needs to be done with proper planning. Yesterday I was challenged and then this guy asked me, the guest we had, he's like, yeah, but yes, at the end of the day, we are all Khoisan, and he was from the EFF, and he says, yeah, in their manifesto, they draw inspiration from the Khoi and San. And I was like, okay, EFF, yes, you draw inspiration from the Khoi and San, but what are you doing for the Khoi and San? How does your Khoi and San following currently look? How are you actively representing, you know, this Khoi and San? And he challenged me, and I was like, and then after, I can't even remember what he said. And then he was like, then I was like, yeah, but now, then he said, yeah, we are all KHOI. Yes, we are all connected to the KHOI. Yes, we are all connected to the KHOI. Because the Khoisan has been proven to have the oldest DNA lineage in history. So if we're going by the theories of evolution or whatever theory, then we all do come from the KHOI. Nonetheless, that's not the debate up for thing. And then he was like, yeah, but now your KHOI sounds like it only includes colored people. Are you saying that only colored people can be KHOI? And then I was like, and he asked me, are you saying that you more KHOI than the other person? I was like, please do not put words in the KHOI Queen's mouth. That is not what I meant at all. I'm going to use this analogy of you're trying to help kids. You're trying to help them see over a wall, let's say, for instance. Now, the white one, he is a bit taller. He can see over the wall. He's got all these resources. Now, you have your black person who, in a country, yes, we are all, we are all suffering under this current system. It's not helping anyone. But I agree with certain sentiments that Fadil Adam shared, is that no one puts the colored child first in South Africa currently. And when you look at it, there has been many tests done, and it has been scientifically proven that the coloreds have the most Khoisan DNA. If you now want to look at it like that. And that is not to say that we are more colored than, or not more colored, more KHOI, more indigenous, more important, have more rights. But if you look at it, there was no BEE for colored people. There's been no KEE for KHOI people. We are simply, now is not the time for equality. We need equity right now. So you're going to put them all on the same level. And that one, the one who's at rock bottom, needs a little bit more attention. And it comes back to what I said earlier on about like when you come out to the Black Lives Matter, our African American brothers and sisters, when they came out to the Black Lives Matter movement, and then the white people came out and said, yeah, but all lives matter. Yes, all lives do matter. All lives matter. We're not saying it matters more than you. We're just saying give the KHOI their rights. We're not saying give them more rights. We're just saying acknowledge them. We can't even agree on that. We can't even agree on Black Lives Matter. Just Black Lives Matters. Not matters more, just matters. And it's the same principle like you coming to, I'm going to use a husband and a wife. The wife walks up to the husband and says, hey, baby, do you love me? And then the husband says, what do you mean, baby? I love everybody. Yeah, I will. Same thing. For some things, you need to give more attention to other people, if that analogy makes sense. Nonetheless, guys, something needs to be done about the situation. Yeah, we have a comment on the TikTok saying NCC for life. Ek moet sê Fadil het baie supporters. Een dang. I'm actually looking forward to seeing if there's anyone tuned in. We'd like to get Gaiden McKenzie on as well, some PA men. So this is the KHOI Queen reporting, and I'm just, basically responding to the things that were said. And if you want to hear the show that I'm speaking about, the political show, go and check it out on our Facebook. It's on Spotify as well, The Waarheid, hosted by Stan Jacobs and KHOI Queen. Go and check it out. And yeah, I always encourage people, tune in Mondays from 5:30 to 7. Because now, for the first time, we are having these politicians brought into the heart of the community on Radio Eastriver, and we are holding them accountable. We're asking the tough questions. And that is the type of things that we need to do. Also, mense is te bang om tough questions te vra. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. My mom always tells me, if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. Remember that. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. Many people are going to complain, yeah, the government is the government, but then they don't go vote. Highball. If you don't ask, the answer will always be no.
My fellow South Africans, join us as we uncover the Waarheid with Stan Jacobs and KHOI Queen. Let's talk about South African politics with various political figures this election season. Stay informed with the Waarheid, Mondays from 5:30 to 7 p.m. A joint venture proudly brought to you by Cape Flat Stories and Radio Eastriver with a combined reach of over 40 million. To advertise on this show, contact us at admin@radioeastriver.co.za. Onze stasie, onze talent en onze mense soek die waarheid.
Our station, our talent, our people.
Shout out goes to the one and only Sister Prey for sharing the live on Facebook. Also, shout out goes to SMJ for joining the live on TikTok as well as Miss D. Then we have Renee Adams who liked the live on Facebook as well. Praline saying here on Facebook, "Hi KWEEN, I'm here now rather late than never." Yes, indeed. Welcome back. It's great to see you in the comment section once again, even if it is fleeting. Do appreciate each and everybody tuned in. And on the note of things, politics and all that jazz, it is really the prayer of my heart. And this is the song I'm motivating for each and everybody. A change is going to come, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the 25th of May. But it's 30 years of democracy. Who knows?
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, and just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will.
My fellow South Africans,
it's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there.
shout out goes to Keith the Brain on TikTok.
It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. I go to the movie and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but I know a change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Lord, there've been times that I thought
I wouldn't last too long,
but now I think I'm able to
carry on.
It's been a long time coming,
but I know a change gon' come. Oh, Sam Cooke, there's no school like the old school, people. The one and only Sam Cooke coming through there with a change gonna come. My motivational song for each and all my fellow South Africans. Just want to provoke some thoughts. We got about just under 40 minutes left with you guys. Shout out goes to Nate Dogg on Tickle Tockle as well. I saw, and it's actually, that's what I want to say. Coming back to the point earlier on that social media can be used for good as much as there is bad in it. So there's one meme that said, I don't know who all saw it, but I think I spoke about it last week. Everyone is going crazy on social media with what Daddy did. Whatever Daddy did, what he didn't do, whatever. And everyone is going crazy about whatever. But I feel like we still need to stay woke, guys. You know that Mark Zuckerberg is building a bunker in Hawaii costing millions of rands with all the supplies he needs to survive for a year. They're keeping these things under wraps. And this is things that you find out once you know, you go dig a bit deeper. And then it came out that a lot of people are seeing that the rich, the elite, are all building underground bunkers. Which brings me to my question to ask. Do they know something that we don't? Or is it just another conspiracy theory? Guys, I just want to say on the thing on people who don't want to believe, people always objecting everything. People aren't stupid, guys. Nothing you see on the media is just there by mistake. Everything is guys, it's the same thing even when I'll maybe just be saying, oh, I lust for a Gatsby. Open up my Facebook. What do you think is the first thing I'm going to see? A Gatsby advert or something. Oh, I need to get my hair cut. Bah, what do you see first thing you open up your feed? Hair salon or whatever. Hi guys, stay woke. There is deeper, subliminal things to all of those things. And coming back to my point of daddy. And all of these things, yes, things are being brought into the light. But I want you guys to hear me on a theory. And with the Super Bowl and all of these things, that's taking place. Hear me on one theory. And this professor explains it so nicely. Uses the analogy of the Romans. This is a tactic that has been used throughout centuries. In fact, from the beginning of time, about the elites. The people in power that no one ever sees. The people that control everything. KWEEN, ek praat, man. You never see any of these things. And a lot of the people that people have been saying are crazy over the years, a lot of them are starting to see, a lot of the people are starting to see that they were talking the truth. AKA Kanye, Cat Williams, all of that people, guys. It's a circus out here.
Yesterday. Our station, our talent, our people.
It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive? And when the people are asking questions and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum. And he begins to throw the Christians to the lions. And he has great chariot races and football games and basketball games, all to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated, so they don't ever question the emperor. That's why they pay a player on a football team or a baseball team $1 million or $2 million or $3 million a year. It is the Roman circus.
It is indeed the Roman circus. And when you listen to that, and I think about what the song of Jodas, I want to play it next as well. Point of boredom, I play it always. And he spits so much relevant things where he's saying here that you see all of these sports stars and they get paid millions. And I was thinking, why they get paid millions, guys? It's all distractions. Things are happening. Why is everyone so obsessed with, the rich? Why are they obsessed with leaving the earth? Why is it? Guys, question why? I feel like personally, there should be a cut-off to how rich you can get. 20 billion? Cut off. What are you doing with the rest? What are you going to do with... 90%... And I speak under correction. Now, let me not rather say percentages. So let me rather just summarize it. Most of the wealth of the world lies within the hands of a small amount of people. Hence, I say we should have a poverty cut-off. A rich cut-off. It makes sense. Shout out goes to Opelman for liking the live on TikTok. It makes sense. What are you going to be doing with 300, 500 trillion rand for. You see what is they building spaceships to go out to space, whatever. People are dying here. Our ESCOM is not like, guys. Most of the world's money lies within this small select group of people. And then you ask yourself, where does that leave the everyday small fish fry? And then you see sports players who get paid a lot of money. Yes, they work hard, but coming back to that point of the Roman circus, think about that clip I just played, guys. Think about it. Up next is Jodas with Point of Boredom. I just want to say that all these snippets used in this song is actual live recordings of what is happening in our parliament, where people are saying hong, 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 and talking about all kinds of nonsense and jumping and fluking in Makkah and really behaving like imbeciles. These are the people that we are choosing to represent us. These are the people who we are going broke for paying taxes. Think about that. And if there's any voting advice the KWEEN can give, it's just don't vote for who you voted for last time. You see how it looks now. It's been 4 years and absolutely nothing has changed. Yeah, we have a comment saying hashtag free Cape Town from DA. Hey guys, we need change. Don't vote for who you voted for last time, guys. Let's give someone else a chance, man. It's been proven that these people that are in here now don't care about us.
Chair?
Yes, sir. Your point of order?
I'd like to ask Honorable Steenhuisen whether we can take a question.
Honorable Steenhuisen, would you take a question?
I only take questions from people who haven't been named the Mampara of the Month by the Sunday.
He doesn't take...
And what are we going to have up here next? Preparing to come to the podium, the Minister of Home Affairs. He spent the election with his face in his armpit like this, teaching voters dabbing, while the opposition taught you a drubbing, didn't they?
Mashile. No, Honorable Mashile. There's nothing honorable about it. There's nothing honorable about Mashile. You can't be forcing us to call people honorable here.
Ik wil doekies omgedraaid, maar dit die nou lissie. Allemaal gaan samenstem, so ik kan niet die fout issie. Maar ik weet nie wie die burgermeester nou issie. Ik weet nie eens of het een man of het een vrou issie. Allemaal gaan hulle dit hoor in die straten in. Hulle sit al die probleme op een wachtlijst. En sit die wachtlijst op een ander wachtlijst. Maak speeches oor wat hulle met die plek gaan doen. Ons wys die crime rate, dan is hulle bekke toe. Kijk, die bring al die toeristen naar die ghetto toe. Dan kyk jylle of hulle weer die plek besoek. Wie is daar word, sy dier die kops geskut. Non-smok op wat daar word drugs in jou top gevind. En sy vind het moeilik om in jou kop te dink. Die school het onnodige goed binnen jou kop geprint. Is op sy nul, but life is een obstacle. Even by die kerk sien ek die opposite van Godse wil. Kal het kan nie wegkry nie as ons te wild. Of jy te wit of swart genoeg om die post te val. Wek is kaas soos een wit man wat straat of jy hoor net hoe corruption moet eindig en nie hoe staat het die. Verbaas my nie, gewone plaase hier is nie so groot soos begrafplaase nie.
Actual live footage of what happens in Parliament. And actually yesterday when I had EFF member in here asking what goes through the EFF's mind when they do make all these ructions in the court, in the Parliament, and he just said, well, they fed up. Point of order.
But I want to say, I do agree with you, Honourable Oliphant. We do find common cause with you. You're absolutely right. The ANC has produced a lot of nuts. A lot of nuts.
Point of order. As sy my hart vir dit, dan moet sy aanhou luister. Daar's 'n verskil tussen die waarheid en 'n racist. Ek speak my mind, baie mense kyk verby dat ek wil nie dood gaan met die information in my kus. Maar ek sal ook kiekie sê, want ek bedoel nie ietsie, hulle visie is 'n bietjie te tricky. Hulle sê saam staan is die missie, want hulle is aan heeltyd in kompetisie met die oppositie. 'n brandweerman by minority 10 lewens, 'n sportman by millions sal het 'n besering. Meer ongelykheid, meer political parties, meer geld word gesteel, meer political parties. Hulle het gehuil vir democracy, but nou wat het hier is, doen hulle fokkelie. Hulle praat heeltyd van peace en nie totse nie, but geen nie is vir ons 'n peace van hulle fotse nie. Net se is vir die Abdaira al weet te oud, nou wat is die van die permit wat hy maar gee vir hout? Hulle sê ons moet trots wees op die groen en goud, want die groen is illegal en hulle steel die goud. Hulle is die rede vir al die schemes, daar gebeur meer as net dit wat ons sien op die screens. Polisie is bang om te intervene, hulle soos die credits van 'n movie, altyd laaste op die scene. Ek sit die TV af as hulle met die stroom kom.
Ek bid vir load shedding as die goede opkom.
Nie Amelie wat som as lekker dom. Hy sê altyd hong.
Niemand stop hom.
Ek sit die TV af as hulle met die stroom kom.
Ek bid vir load shedding as die goede opkom.
Nie Amelie wat som as lekker dom. Invest in nuclear weapons, wie wil ons opbom? Ek sit die TV af as hulle met die stroom kom. Ek bid vir load shedding as die goede opkom. Nie Amelie wat som as lekker dom. Die woorde van 'n gewone klomp verstom hom. Ek sit die TV af as hulle met die stroom kom. Ek bid vir load shedding as die goede opkom. Nie Amelie wat som as lekker dom. Die mense gaan dood met hulle adverteer op kondom.
You are tuned into the leading internet radio station in the mother city.
Joda's coming through with point of boredom. I just, hey, guys, know how much more real effects have been spit in that song. And that is all a real things. Shout out goes to Faisal Faidama on Tickle Tockle as well as Opperman for sending a liquor gift there on TikTok. Kai Gangang's brother also coming there through saying hashtag, you know my vote is. Guys, I don't want to give anybody more it. I'm just kidding, man. He's saying there my vote is NCC. Must say whoever you are voting for, you know why you are voting for them. And just know, stay informed. Remember, when people were dying during COVID, they were advertising condoms.
Flavor, you can get a grape flavor. If you want an apple flavor, you can get an apple flavor.
Stop hy man. Nee, vat het 'n klein bietjie te famous.
This is the KWEEN live on Radio Estrella.
Kai Gangangs for everybody tuned in. It's 32 minutes after the hours of 3 p.m. On a good day to have a great day, like I always say. We're staying conscious and we are staying woke today. Remember your power and make informed decisions. Yesterday, when the EFF me, I will yell day for me, say, ek moet die manifesto. Who reads manifestos? That EFF manifesto is more than 250 pages. What? South Africa is going to go and read that klomp? Guys, so that is why we need to discern these things. What does your spirit say about this person? Does your spirit feel right with it? Do you feel content? That inner feeling, that gut feeling, do you feel content with who you're going to be casting your vote for? And then leave the rest in God's hands. He'll take care of the rest. Sometimes, yes, it is a lot of things happening, but there's a lot of things we also can't control. And if you're going to keep on thinking about it, you're only going to drive yourself crazy. Shout out goes to Opelman saying, yeah, on TikTok, I'm proud to represent the colored child. Absolutely beautiful sentiments. Loving that we are getting some representation. What I also do want to say is that on the fact of representation, especially us as so-called colored peoples need to be aware of how we present ourselves. There's a certain narrative of coloredness that we are trying to get rid of. And we cannot have people, members, coming in and, just really reinforcing colored stereotypes. That really makes it hard for colored people to get recognized and seen. We don't need to vloek uit massa goede and stuff to have our point heard, to have our argument heard, to be seen, we don't need to. We don't need to, guys. I think just my message from the KWEEN side is, let us find that balance. Yes, everyone is angry. Like I understand the EFF, they also said they were angry. That's why they bombarded Parliament and caused all that ruckus. Everyone is angry, but at the end of the day, we need to think, how are you going to deal with that anger in a way that makes you move forward? Yeah, we have a comment on TikTok saying, that is me. Hey, he's saying that I am the man that started JP Sap. Hey, but now I didn't even know that. That was probably just the Lord just, telling the KWEEN, which, but I don't know, Upaman, share your thoughts with me. And you are welcome to send a voice note because I'd actually love to hear your perspectives as we are going to be having JP in studio 2 weeks from now. Why has that been started? Please, I urge, I want to hear your perspective. I want to hear what's up. Hear your sentiments, but let's just keep it a bit clean. I don't want, this is a family show. Like what I always say, this is radio. We can't come here and vloek maase goede uit. Like, guys, please, man. I'm not trying to get fired. Nonetheless, 064-936-9095 is our WhatsApp line. Where did hashtag JP's POES start from and why? I'm honestly asking, I haven't been in Cape Town for so many years too. Hey, yes. I love that for you, Opal Money. Saying that I can behave. Yes, hashtag we can do both. And that is the thing that I love for us as so-called colored people. But we need to be mindful of reinforcing harmful colored stereotypes that doesn't take us forward. And I say that, of course, also, even as a KWEEN, I'm very, very specific not to reinforce stereotypes that people have about indigenous people, the Khoi and the San. I'm very I don't like to come out and just be, the land belongs to us. And coming, with that false ideologies. You don't know what, you just have anger and now you just blotting it out on people. And no, man. So let's stay articulate. Yes, we have anger, traumas and things that happened. But we need to learn to articulate that so that we can translate and convey that to the next person in a way that they can understand without feeling attacked. So that we need to communicate with understanding. And that is something that members of parliament are lacking. Honorable members, they're lacking. Here we have Opelman asking, do you remember the taxi strike? Yes, the one of last year, was it the year before? I remember there was a big taxi strike. My bae and I were actually talking about that this morning. And then we were saying, we never heard of JP Smith, really. But the first of that time of the taxi strike, I do remember that was the first time I've heard his name come up. I think I was still a bit new to Cape Town really that time. But yeah, let me know. What about the taxi strike? What did he... he's here saying, yes, we drove people home from work that night. Okay, he was in the fields. We've just been taken back to the taxi strike. Now I've got my informant here, the founder of hashtag JPSPOS. This... Which I must say, all the opinions that is broadcasted here in no way reflects the stance of Radio East River or any of our advertisers. This is just merely the KWEEN's 2 hours, where we can be free and share our opinions. So I do want to know what happened after you drove people home from work that night. I'm assuming that Opelman is a taxi driver and he's actually on the heart of the things happening here in Cape Town. I love that for Radio East River. Like, our listeners are really people on the ground, on the pulse. You saying no? Okay, I don't know. But anyway, I would have loved to know what happened. 0645369095 is that WhatsApp line. If you have any voice notes you'd love to send through, any messages, any shout outs, that's how we talk.
Radio Eerste Rivier, onze stasie, onze talent,
Onze mense, WhatsApp ons by 064 536 9095. Talk to us, die dang ruk hier.
Next song that's coming through actually is another one that I want people to listen to. It. Now I'm coming through with my conscious music, and I specifically love this one because I think I played it before, and it really just talks about. And I actually want to talk about. Can I have 5 minutes in the box? I think that would be a great idea. You know what would actually be best? Send a WhatsApp, and then I can give you a WhatsApp call, and we can talk. That way the sound will be better on Facebook, the app, website, everywhere, especially for re-recording purposes, because we do republish the things as podcasts afterwards. So I think that would be the best way. Send a message, and then I'll immediately give you a call, and then you tell us the history. Then you have your 5 minutes on air, and that way everyone can hear, not just the TikTok people, but okay, yeah, we're gonna get it. Maybe please just type it out. I can't go out of this live now again. I wish I could show you guys how the studio looks like. I've got 6 screens looking at me. Okay. Yes. Yeah, we have the number that has come through. Just gonna be getting that up in a bit. And actually talking about thought-provoking, I got your number. So now we're gonna be having, in the next few minutes, as we are wrapping up the show, the founder of hashtag JP live on air to talk to us about what happened. I look forward to having a conversation with you, brother. And then we also have Jalen on TikTok saying hey, as well as Mr. Big Lee. They're liking the live as well. Kai Gangangs, this is Youngster CPT with Tech Generation, and it actually tells a vital story of things happening in the colored community. So for each and everybody tuned in, let's get conscious and let's listen. Thank you, Jalen, for liking the live and for supporting local. I'm really looking forward to seeing why JP POE is.
Da Vinci with the G code, neighborhood hero. Paranoid that I'm being watched through the keyhole. This is the life that we know, it's tougher than a T-bone. Undercover street folks, a wolf that's in sheep's clothes. For ransom they will hold you, hide you in the freezer with the cold food. This is the life we have been exposed to. Vertebral my homeschool, way before Pro Tools. Back then I was broke too, me and my cousin sold shoes. It's all for the tackies in the sock drawer, there's a pistol. Baby Brown, Stuart Little for the fiscal, it was simple. From Lavender to Mitchell, the Owens is selling crystals. You get popped like a pumple at the shop, that's the Vunkel. We mob deep, it's our second nature to wreak havoc. A project prodigy, listen to my speech patterns. But firstly, see things clearly. We destroy and we self-destruct, Big Bang Theory. This is a lit situation. Why do we sniff medication? I grew up in the tech generation. I grew up in the tech generation. This is a lit situation. Why do we sniff medication?
Don't forget that in the next 3 minutes we'll be having the founder of hashtag JPSA.
Where your cameras at? Arabian gangsters with a passion gap. Every day is action-packed, no matter if it's night or the sun's up. Sleep interrupted by a drug bust. Our parents didn't trust us. Their sons lam on corners, constantly patrolled by law enforcers. From January to August, give orders to prison wardens. Street tales in details, postbox, Gmail, merchandising, retail, Perla Moon and Crif tales, smuggling the abalone, Noriega, Al Capone, white girl, vacuum nose, sniffing up the Amber Rose. No cure, antidote, we started selling weed bags. Other experiments led to my brasse in rehab. Dow Jones don't care about the crack price. So if we go to jail and die brutally in the gang fight, all of this because of Dr. Volta Basson. He turned my brain to a Doberman, you know he's a hunt. I'm not talking pun pop when I ask you how the lolly tastes. Police raid, Owens get chased by the smokel haze. The place that I grew up in was mild, but from time to time shit gets wild as a child. And now, this is a lit situation. Why do we sniff medication? I grew up in the tech generation. I grew up in the tech generation. This is a lit situation. Why do we sniff medication? I grew up in the tech generation. I grew up in the tech generation.
There's a Dr. Wouter Basson.
Yes, he was the man.
Yeah, that was actually also trying to poison away the water, from what I read, to exterminate all the Africans.
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't think this is anything new to me, because I watched a film in the early 60s called Black Panther, which was Negroes.
Yes.
I think I told you about that.
Yes.
Where they trying to also have the drugs pushed into the Negro area. Today it's practically the same thing.
Yes.
But more so it is foreigners coming in here.
Yeah. Pushing
the
drugs.
majority of them are foreigners pushing in drugs. But it's always been like that. Daga came from Lesotho. Right from Lesotho down into the Cape.
Yeah.
And the police knew about it.
Of course.
But as long as it can go into the colored areas, to static the education, to give them problems, to have them put in prison, to go to the farms and work as cheap labor, they were happy. They were quite happy, but I don't know.
This is Culture Talk with the KWEEN.
That's sentiments, and it's a lot of people that have been saying that. That just goes back to what Fadi was saying again. That money, people in power, they know about drugs and funding being pushed into our communities, and they don't do anything. They want to stutter our education to keep us looking as kham, and to keep us, in this certain box, to just limit us. But today I want to say, tap out, yo, Fayant. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Culture Talk with the KWEEN. Last few minutes on the show, we are getting the one and only Opelman live here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you feeling today, sir?
I'm good. I'm done working for the day, so I'm happy.
Oh, great stuff. I wish I was in your shoes now. Anyway, for all the people tuned in, I know your name here on TikTok was Opelman, but
I'm Opelman. Yeah, I specialize in opals. That's what I do for a living.
Okay, so let us go into your 5 minutes. Sorry.
Jumping on the topic of what happened with the taxi strike. I don't know if you remember, a few days before the taxi strike happened, JP Smith put out a new bylaw stating that these stance-life cars are illegal.
I remember that,
Remember
yes.
that time? Yes. Now, I think it was a day before, all of the car communities wanted to rally together because they couldn't do convoys anymore. They couldn't have the events. Now, a lot of these car events that I also participate in is actually charity runs for people whose homes burned down in places like Tafelsig, Menenberg, Strand. Like, we do charity runs, raise awareness, and then also get funding, get blankets, get food together. So he was stopping us from doing something that we've been doing for years, is giving back to the community. So he pissed off a lot of people when he basically stopped us from making changes to our vehicles, changes that we paid for. So obviously, when he brought out the new bylaws, it was thousands upon thousands of people that, they didn't like what was happening because they spent thousands upon thousands of rands on a vehicle that is only used for special events. We couldn't even actually pull a permit to drive that vehicle for the day, so they basically tied everybody's hands when it comes to the stance community. And then the next day, they started raiding the taxi rank. JP Smith's whole crew was shut down, the whole town, the whole taxi rank in town, and started impounding taxis left, right, and center. And then that was the day the striking also happened. So obviously, us as the stance community had a meeting that day at Westgate Mall with Fariel Adams, and we were trying to basically boycott the new bylaws that came in and things like that. But we couldn't even have our meeting because that day we found out about 2:00 side the afternoon on all of the sniper groups that a taxi strike is escalating and all the buses will be targeted. So instead of us having our meeting that day, we had to stop our meeting and we all jumped in our cars and we ended up driving to town that night. So obviously, it wasn't just the stance community that was pissed off, it was the taxi community, because they were stopping a lot of people from making a normal income because they were just impounding taxis, which was unnecessary. If the driver is in the wrong of the taxi company that he works for, the fine should then fall onto the driver and not the companies. So a lot of taxi associations in Cape Town, especially the colored ones, they lost out. They couldn't do anything. They didn't participate in the strike. They couldn't even drive or help people that day. Their own family members were stuck in town, in Montague Gardens, like far from home. So, yeah, a lot of people was pissed off. And that day, I actually had a customer by me. It was 12 o'clock the afternoon. And because of all these reports that came through and all these, hundreds of taxis and cars were impounded that day. So out of frustration and me being angry, I made a video asking everybody that was following me at that time. That time last year, I just hit my 1.2 billion views, I think.
Yeah.
And then I asked everybody to hashtag each and every video that's linked to their cause, to hashtag, I wrote the hashtag like over the video, man. Hashtag JP sub, you know what. So, yeah, that hashtag actually hit 5 million in 2 days. Yeah, that is how many people was pissed off. It wasn't just Cape Town people. It was people from Joburg, people from Pretoria, people from Mannesburg, Bloemfontein. These are all car community guys that also do charity runs and they also participate in Cape Town's things, you understand? So, yeah, it reached very far and very wide, and that is where the hatred started for JP, because he's not considering the average individual on the street. That I know a lot of people that's right now their main priority is paying their bond.
Yes.
They don't even think about where's their first or next meal gonna come from. They need to secure that their house is not removed or taken from them from the bank.
Sure.
You understand? So they can't afford to fix their cars. At the end of the day, I understand what the community is going through. So for you to just impound a vehicle that's worth like 7,000 Rand, but you want to impound the car for 5,500, 6,000 Rand. On top of that, the person that was driving is slapped with a 1,500 Rand fine. Where's those people getting this money from? This is underprivileged neighborhoods that don't have anything. They could have at least said, look, here's a small fine and a warning. If we catch you again, you'll get a bigger fine. None of that. They implemented straight to almost like martial law.
So
that was in the same week as the taxi strike.
So I just want to come, we're running out of time. I just have 2 more minutes. I just want to ask, since that time when this whole thing, the hashtag and all the taxi strike, that whole events happened, has anything changed since then with the stance topic, with the taxis? What has changed? What improved, though, so to say?
JP them got so much hatred from the car communities that they just dropped the subject. They didn't want to talk further about the cars scene. They changed the subject all in all to the taxi strike and the malicious behavior, but they did nothing that day. They knew the strike was going to happen. I mean, there was council workers walking home. Their own staff had to walk home. So obviously, you can think lots of people was pissed off. It wasn't just the colored communities. It was our African communities as well, because their family members were sitting in the same boat. So every person living in an underprivileged area had the same problem. They had to either walk from town or phone a friend and use their last bit of money that they had to pay for petrol, which they couldn't even afford that.
Yeah.
Now, are you that heartless that you don't care about humans or people? at the end of the day, we're all sitting in the same boat. Nothing has gotten better. It's just gotten worse. There's more and more roadblocks in Mitchell's Plain. Look at Lavendale, those areas, all leading up to the elite areas. As before you enter in any elite area, there's a roadblock. But not in the elite areas. They're not in that area, but as you enter those areas. So they are just targeting and marginalizing the underprivileged people. So obviously that is why all this started, was they targeted us as the poor communities. That is where it all started. That is what pushed us to that breaking point of targeting them. But they wouldn't have a sit down with any of us, of the important people that raised up the proper topics.
So, just in a nutshell, I have to say goodbye, but thank you so much for joining
Not
me.
a problem.
JP
Thank
Smith,
you for having me.
or if JP Smith or any of the people in power were listening in right now, what would you say to them?
See, I had a little incident because I targeted JP Smith. I had our MEC of Safety and Security target myself and my family with a slander campaign that same month.
So now it reminds me of what Fari was saying, that they play dirty, but then we have to keep it
very dirty. And then they play the victim afterwards. So now you see where the whole I don't even remember what's happening on the other side of the planet also. I don't want to bring it up on your radio station. I don't know if it's comfortable to talk about it on the radio. But, watermelons, can I say that? So the mentality is 100% identically the same.
Okay.
We'll play the victim. We'll show you that we are the best at what we do. We don't take responsibility for what we do. We'll point out problems that others are doing. Same like Hamas did it, same, basically the same. The strategy has not changed. That's the same thing.
Yeah. Nah. All I want to say is ANCAP is the main thing. Thank you so much for your time. I do hope that maybe next week we can get to have a proper conversation. I'd love to get you on air again if you have the time.
Not a problem. I'll try and make some time. I do a lot of court work as well. So I do a lot of testifying on behalf of Wynberg Court and things like that. So if clients get conned, court will phone me into and do assessments for them and stuff like that. So yeah, you guys just need to book an appointment with me. It's not a problem.
Thank you so much. Have a great day further.
Thank you, KWEEN. Thanks for having me.
This is Culture Talk with the KWEEN.
Thank you. For everybody tuned in, guys, it has been amazing. We have some comments coming through here on the TikTok. Mujahid asking, what's the topic? That was the founder of the famous hashtag JP and he was basically just giving us some history on where this whole thing started and where all this thing flared up. And I'm hearing so much allegations against JP Smith. I'm actually really looking forward to having him live in studio on the 22nd of April from 5:30 to 7 p.m. on your leading internet radio station. Do tune in as Divided with Stan Jacobs and KWEEN. Just want to read some of the comments before we end off. Jonathan saying on TikTok, these bylaws seem to target mainly the poor people, colored, black, Indian, and others. Yeah, definitely. Even it just targets the underprivileged, and that is the same sentiments that my guest shared now on the telephone. Shout out goes to Morgan Fortune on Facebook as well, sharing his sentiments. They're saying JP Smith and the DA are the reason for the unfair bylaws. That's the classic oppressive DA for you. Free Palestine, down from Israel. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing and your comments. Shout out goes to Brandon Samuel to following radio yesterday as well. Josh Kinnear saying, Guten Tag. Kai Gangangs. If you remember anything, Kai Gangangs means thank you very much in Khoi Khoi Kuvab. And that is the language and the love that the Khoi Queen is spreading. Unfortunately, it is that time where I have to say goodbye. But do get ready for Table Talk with Pastor Clay. Shout out goes to Bevan Jacobs. They're saying, hello, Khoi Queen. Have a blessed show ahead. Thank you so much. Catch me next week. Same time, same place. And if you're wondering, guys, that's Radio Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Our station, our talent, our people.
Die ding rukkie.
My fellow South Africans, join us as we uncover the Waarheid with Stan Jacobs and KWEEN. Let's talk about South African politics with various political figures this election season. Stay informed with the Waarheid, Mondays from 5:30 to 7 p.m. A joint venture proudly brought to you by Cape Flat Stories and Radio Yesterday with a combined reach of over 40 million. To advertise on this show, contact us at admin@radioyesterday.co.za. Onze stasie, onze talent en onze mense. Soek die waarheid.
Yesterday.
Our station, our talent, our people.
Die ding rukkie.
You are listening to Radio Yesterday.